Namaste, Jai Kali, Jai Mahadev, Jai Bharat. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. Remember, if you're fit and fine, you can take better care of your loved ones. So first of all, I would like to apologize. I'm unable to make more content at the moment because I'm traveling and I'm having some health issues. I'll make a video about the health issues later. So today I'm going to talk about empath and how to find out if you are an empath. A lot of us are an empath, but we don't know. We have a lot of mixed feelings. We don't know the signs and the traits of being an empath. So I'm going to talk about what are the signs with the help of which you can understand whether you are an empath or someone that you know is an empath. So the first sign is of being an empath that you are highly intuitive. You are very intuitive. You have a lot of this intuition power within you, and you're able to sense things before happening. So that is first sign of being an empath. The second sign is that you're very highly conflict averse. Now, conflict averse means if suppose two people are fighting and you get into that fight and you tend to resolve issues of both the sides. So in a way, you feel torn between the two. So that is point number two. If you're having such experiences, and if you're going through that conflict averse, so that is one of the signs of being an empath. The third one is you are everyone's therapist and life coach. I'm sure you all must have had come to a point where you must have known someone who was like a therapist to you or a life coach, or you might be counseling and helping out others with a lot of these personal life issues, stress, anxiety, trauma, listening it out, if people have some problem. So you are everyone's therapist and coach. The next point is you often need time to recharge. So empaths, they get drained very quickly. Like, I personally feel that I'm an empath, and empaths generally tend to get drained very quickly because they can pick up any kind of those energies, negative energy, positive energy. Mostly they get drained with the negative energy, the negative thoughts that is around, and negative people. So empaths tend to get drained very quickly if they are in very crowded place or surrounded by people who are not that positive. So, and because of that, empaths need time to recharge as well. The next point is you tend to self-isolate. So that is also one of the traits of an empath, is that empaths want to self-isolate sometimes. They often want to go into seclusion. They don't want to be surrounded by people, too much of busyness. They don't feel good. They feel good for some time, but after some time they just feel drained, and that is the reason they go back into that isolation, recharge, and then come back. So that is one of the signs of an empath. And apart from that, if you see, the next point is that empaths don't like crowded spaces. So I personally am very claustrophobic, and I don't like crammed up spaces also, and apart from that, I don't like overly crowded spaces. So empaths prefer being alone, and I wouldn't say they are outgoing, but they don't like overly crowded spaces, because in the overly crowded spaces, they start picking up energy. They're very sensitive people. So they don't like crowded spaces. The next point is you are overwhelmed by intimacy. So, empaths do handle intimacy. I wouldn't say they can't handle intimacy, but, they get often overwhelmed with love, with intimacy, with hatred. They get overwhelmed very quickly. Like, I get overwhelmed with intimacy, love, hatred. That's a part of their nature. We can't really do anything about it. That's how empaths are, and that is what makes them empath. sensitive people, sensitive beings. Apart from that, the other sign of an empath is that they have got a difficulty setting boundaries. Either, they really go beyond to help people or to support people and to sort out their problem. So empaths have got boundary issues. They sometimes really burn themselves out, emotionally and physically, and they go out of their way to support others and help others out. So that is one of the problems, or rather you would say challenges, that empaths face, is that setting boundaries, difficulties in setting boundaries, because they're very emotional being, and they just, if they have to do, or if they are driven to support someone or to help someone, they just go out of the way. I used to be, very, I used to find rather difficult with boundaries, but now time has taught me. I was also, badly, treated for, forgetting my boundaries. Once in a while, it's good to get that reality check and then put a pause. So yes, that is one of the challenges that empaths face, is the boundary thing. The other point is that empaths never feel, that they fit in. So they have this issue that, I don't fit in, and I'm a little different, and they stick out and stand out. From here, not from physical thing, but yes, they don't feel comfortable anywhere and everywhere. And of course, they feel more comfortable in their own cocoon. They come out when they want to come out. Otherwise, they, prefer staying a little reserved, out of the crowd, out of all that limelight. And the last point is that no matter what you say, do, or think, or believe, empaths have a hard time not caring. They, even I face this challenge quite a lot of times. I have seen a lot of people being very ignorant and just to hell with it, fuck off. We don't care. But being an empath, it's very difficult. If somebody says something or if somebody does something, no matter if it is very silly or small, still it bothers and irritates and agitates. So yes, with empaths, they don't move on so quickly, or they don't let go. They get stuck with small things, and they care. They get bothered with anything and everything. So that becomes quite a difficult thing. I am in the process of overcoming, but I'm sure a lot of you guys must be finding it very challenging to not care. If somebody says, you just can't pretend, that okay, fine, it's okay, somebody has said it. It does hurt, it does affect you. So that is what empaths are. So this was just a brief layout about what empaths are, how sensitive they are, signs and traits. Now there is an interesting thing that I would want to mention in this video, and I'll make another video on that. Now there is a variation of empaths also. One is a usual empath like us. Now there are these dark empaths also. So I'm going to make a next video on dark empaths. So be tuned to the channel and see how many signs tally. And are you an empath, or if you know an empath? And yes, share this video with all of your friends to create more awareness. Please do like, share, subscribe the channel, and stay healthy, stay safe, be positive, and lots of love and blessings to all of you. Jai Kali.